Hi guys, I'm Jane and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I recently came across this. And to my amazement, there was a 2.8K view, which had me thinking that all of you out there are probably really interested in this matters and topics. So because I am not active on my old account anymore, those are probably one of my first video. I just put it up there and I never visited it. And since this is a revamp, I decided to address the questions that were commented on that video. And I am not sure if all those people have transferred to my new account, but if so, you're welcome.
Wow.
But if not, that's just a bonus for all of you and new people who are interested in this topic. It's fine. It's beautiful. The lights are beautiful. Guys, if you like this light, please, I made this scene aesthetically very beautiful. Yes, and my mom's having a problem with it. I put in the effort to make it look nice in the background, even if behind this camera, it's full of crap. Yeah, so who am I to be addressing this current topic, this situation, and why address it now? Good question. Why address it now? Because by July and August, you probably be deciding on what university you want to go to, what application is needed, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, for new incomes of students. So I decided to tackle this topic early on in the year, especially in our quarantine time. And who am I to answer this question? I am a international medical graduate who graduated from a university in China, which is called ding 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 ding. Well, I think it's okay now for me to tell you guys which university I went to, because I'm not affiliated with that university anymore. As a disclaimer, this video is not meant to diss anybody, so hopefully it does not distract you. This is gonna be my raw opinion, my idea, my experience, all first-handedly. And as a bonus, I also would want to share some tips for you guys if you ever decided to go study medicine in the land of the dragons. So let's get started! I've been saying this phrase for more than 3 times in the video. Alright, so, you know what? I just realized that I listed out questions and I'm using it for my stand of the camera. Give me a second.
One eternity later.
Alright, back in. So, I have made a list of questions of what I think is necessary to be shared. And if there are any further questions you guys want to inquire, just comment down in the section below. Okay, so for the first question, what is a medical degree in a Chinese university? So the diploma that you would end up getting is the MBBS, which is the medicine's Bachelor and Bachelor of Surgery. So this one is like an after high school program. You could just apply straight after you have finished your high school. So that leads me to my next question. Who would be eligible to apply to the universities in China? The criteria is that 1, you are not a Chinese citizen, like you do not hold a Chinese passport, and 2, you graduated high school, you got your proper diploma and your grades, and 3, you are not over the age of 45. So there is an age limit on who could enter this course. The next question would be application time. So application time generally ranges from July to August, or some universities July to September. And each university has their own opening date and closing date. So that is something you have to be aware of. You have to go to the university's website and actually check. And it's really pretty convenient nowadays because they make their website both in 2 languages, which is Chinese and English. And how do you apply? I think this is the most well-sorted questions, and my answer to this is that there is definitely, I'd say the basic, there is 2 ways to apply for this. One, you could directly apply to the university by yourself. But of course, that means that you are going to have to be responsible for your own documents. You have to get updates about it by yourself. And you have to put in your applications into several universities. Or alternatively, you could go to an agency, like literally type it up on Google because it's floating there, like floating, okay? And you could contact them and just send 1 application form, 1 resume, your grade, and choose a list of universities, and then ask them to help you apply. It would, in a way, probably be easier, but of course it comes with a fee because they help you handle all your applications and anything that is necessary. So that is how you apply. So now that the how process is done, let's go on to the next question, which is cost. Cha-ching, cha-ching. It's not about the money, money, money. Actually, it's all about the money. Okay, so the cost, I would say it is relatively cheap compared to other medical places, unless your country itself provides you a government-paid university. And then, of course, China wouldn't be as cheap compared to that. Price range, it ranges from around 25,000 RMB to 40,000 RMB, plus minus accommodation fee. So every university has their own range, they have their own limits, they have their own package deals. So I would encourage you guys to get some information about that particular university you're interested in first, because yeah, I think that's also one of the main factors that you have to consider when you want to be spending your next 6 years. Which conveniently leads to the next question. How long is med school there? So because it's an MBBS program, it ranges. I know some universities take 5 years, some takes 8, while some take 6. For my personal university that I went to, it was a 6-year program. So knowing about the school itself is also quite important. Will I be able to continue at ... Okay, so those dots are like other countries I could continue my work as. And the answer to that is yes and no, because it genuinely depends on the university. Now for US and UK, it's very simple. There is this website, which I would link down below. You could type in the university's name and check if you're eligible to partake in their licensing exam, because to work as a medical practitioner in certain countries, you need to be able to take that particular country's license exam. Now, as I was saying, in the US and UK, there is this link of this website where you could just type in the university's name and check your eligibility. And that goes for every country. There is one for Thailand, which I would also link down below. And at this point of the video, I want to talk to you about another alternative route. So because my university at first when I entered, it was not recognized by Thailand's medical council. And because I was really interested in this particular university, I really wanted to go to this university because the ranks are good, there was a direct flight to the university itself, and to travel from the university to the airport took me only like 30 minutes by taxi. And now there's actually a subway train that leads you to the university, which is like 10 minutes. And I'm like, why aren't you there when I was in school? But that's the past. So coming back to the story, this university was not recognized by the Thai Medical Council. So I talked to the council and I said, I really want to join this university. Like, is there any way I could get clearance and approval with this university? And they said, yes, we do actually. So they were really helpful. They told me that these are the documents I need to get signed, and then I have to mail it back to Thailand, and then after all the procedures of the documents, and then they would send people to come and check the university, which they did, and that was really nice. And with the university's help and the medical council, their work, and it turned out to be really okay. Everything was great. And of course that comes with a fee, but it's not, if I recall correctly, it's not really that wallet-bending price. And again, I also want to encourage you to check with your own country's medical council if you do decide to take the route that I have taken. But bear in mind, and let's pretend that the scenario didn't work out well. My university did not get approved by the Thai Medical Council. Then what are you going to do about it? So in my mind back then, I was like, okay, if I can't get into this particular university and that the medical council decided that Thailand does not recognize this particular university, in the back of my mind, I was prepared to shift into a different university where it was already initially accepted. Is a possible scenario that could happen. And yeah, I guess that's what I have to say about this whole jumbled up route. Okay, so next.
So at this point in life, I decided that the video would definitely be too long. I would reach over 13 minutes. So see you in part 2. Bye!